Okay, in case you missed it, let's recap the rule itself. Each team in the league is allowed 2 foreign players, and the bottom 4 teams from the previous season can add a 3rd Asian import. As it currently stands, the 2 foreign players are allowed a total of 6 quarters of playing time. Now, the rule doesn't factor in minutes, meaning once that player checks into the game, it counts as a full quarter. The rule forces teams to strategize their playing rotation, which is why some import players don't start the game, but instead are saved for the second half or the last 3 quarters. But this season, the CBA tweaked the rule for teams playing against the Bayi Rockets, the only team in the league that's affiliated with the People's Liberation Army, which means they're not allowed to sign foreign players. Against Bayi, foreign players are only allowed to play a combined 5 quarters, and in the 4th quarter it gets even saucier. Only 1 foreigner can take the court at a time. Needless to say, there's been a lot of backlash from teams and fans, but to no avail. Once the powers that be in Chinese basketball decide to take action, there's really not much anyone else can do about it. But it's always fun to see just what fans are saying on the topic, so let's check out some user comments from Sina.com. We start things off with a question from Shi Xiaofeng, who asks, why doesn't the NBA have this rule? The Heat's big 3 of James, Wade, and Bosh aren't allowed to play together in the 4th quarter. Hot Cool Up thinks the new rule doesn't address the real problem that Bayi faces. Limiting the foreign players isn't enough. Bayi fell behind a ton to all Chinese lineups last season too. Jainan is looking at the big picture when he writes, Bayi is one of the biggest obstacles in the process of professionalizing the CBA. Maka13 seems like he's had enough of Bayi altogether. A soldier's duty is to protect his country, not play basketball. I beg Bayi to quit the CBA so it can become a real professional league. And we've got a little back and forth between a couple of users with really long numbers for names. First, this user actually defends Bayi. It's not just Bayi's problem, the CBA system plays a big role. For example, if another team needs to fill a particular position, it can sign a foreign player. There are so many high-level players in the world, and can even sign an NBA player. But what can Bayi do? If a player gets hurt, they can only call someone up from their junior squad. It takes a lot of time to develop those young players. ZZX seems to feel, on the other hand, what goes around comes around. Back in the day when teams could only sign players from their own province, Bayi was the only team that could select new talent from all over the country. How long did Bayi dominate Chinese basketball? Whoever spoke up for the other teams? We should note there that Bayi has won 8 championships, the most in CBA history. And finally, we finish things up with iTaylor13, who's more concerned with the future. If Wang Zhizhi retires, what can Bayi do? Still rely on special treatment? I think the team and coach Adi Zhang should think about how to survive in the current CBA landscape. Don't do what Dalian Shida and the CSL did and fall from grace one step at a time. Well, we're not sure what the future holds for Bayi and the CBA, but one thing is clear right now, people are not too happy with the Bayi rule. It'd be interesting to see how the Bayi players themselves feel about it.